Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Sitting with me now, a guy I've known for a while, really funny stand-up comic. He's going to be at the Gotham Comedy Club March 29th and March 30th, and he's got a new web series called Teacher's Lounge he's going to talk to us about. The great Ted Alexandro. What's up, buddy?
How are you, Artie?
How you doing, Ted?
I'm good.
Good to see you. I think the last time we saw each other was at the Hoboken Comedy Festival, literally running in and out of a small, at Maxwell's. Do you remember that?
I do remember
It was
that.
a few months ago.
You popped in, right?
The kid who was running, I literally live a block from there, and the kid who was running it asked me to do a show, but I was doing Caroline's a week later, and they wouldn't let you do it, so I did like an unannounced thing. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, so you're out there hustling, but now you got this web series, Teacher's Lounge.
Yeah.
So what's that all about?
You know, I used to be an elementary school music teacher. I taught for 5 years when I first got out of college.
It seems like a lot of comics, well, not a lot, but there's some guys who were school teachers. Yeah. And if you think about it, more should be, because what a great place to get material. If you're in the school system for 5 years.
It's true, man. Yeah.
Elementary, what grade? 7th, 8th, 6th?
K through 5. I was a music teacher.
Where?
In Queens, 2 different schools.
So you're talking about a massive amount of material.
Yeah, you're not kidding, man.
Right.
Especially teaching music, you know? Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
So what do you teach them? Do you have like the sticks that you rub together? And
the sticks that you rub together, or they did whatever really they wanted to do with them. They just had them. They had the stick.
They had to be issued them.
Right.
Yeah.
The recorder, you know, playing the plastic recorder was a big part of it.
Did you sing to them?
I did, you know, and I heard you sing pretty good, man. Did you do any like musical stuff ever?
I've sung as a joke a bunch of times,
Yeah.
but I'm not bad. I could carry a tune. I have no other talent musically, and I wish I did, man.
Yeah.
All those years, my father and me, just these stupid afternoons of hitting ground balls, you know, trying to catch fly balls. I'm like, I should have been learning. I would love to just learn the guitar, just 2 or 3 songs. If I knew how to play Night Moves by Seeger, I would never have done drugs, I think, because I just couldn't. That would take my time up.
You can learn it now.
I don't think I can.
I swear you can.
I can carry a tune, I could sing, but any instrument playing, terrible. Were you always musical as a kid?
I played piano from the age of 6, started taking lessons, and I was a jazz piano major in college.
Oh, okay.
So that was my major until I was just kind of blown away by the talent that I was surrounded by. I was like, this is not going to work out.
It's like when you're trying to play baseball, the first time you see a good slider.
Yeah.
But like, okay, explain that. So you saw some insanely talented, gifted piano players at the college level, and you're like, what? You just mean like real creative people are technically good at it, or like...
Yeah, I mean all of the above. I was a good piano player. Like I was kind of, you know, it's a good sports analogy in that, like when you're the good guy in high school or whatever, you know, you kind of have a certain confidence level. But then when you jump that next level, I was like, whoa, you know, these guys are legit.
You realize why, exactly. People get paid to do it.
Yeah, and I stuck with it for a couple of years and really immersed myself. I was practicing like, 5 to 8 hours a day and all that. But it was just like, it was too hard. I was like, this is not coming easily.
It's a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
But you're right. It should be, if you're really gifted at it, it should just be coming naturally on some level.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean, because I wanted to be a musician as well.
Well, he plays
guitar.
Well,
I thought I was all right. You know, I had bands in high school and a couple bands in college and stuff like that. And then I met real bands and realized
it's a different story.
But then on the other side of the coin, for me, the football thing, it was a natural progression that you don't have to really work at the same way.
Right. And you enjoy whatever work you're doing, like when it comes.
That's the big thing, is liking it, you know.
Because like with comedy,
it's like a chore. Right.
I think in a way, like I developed good discipline and a good work ethic with music, with something that was a little harder for me. That then once I transferred that to comedy, it was like, all right, man, this is
you're
fun.
definitely one of those guys. The reason you're so good is you got this really good work ethic. You're always out there and you're good. So and you enjoyed. I mean, a lot of times we all say, you bitch about stuff, but I mean, God, it beats working for a living, man. It's at the end of the day, we like what we do.
Yeah, and it's like the hours too. You kind of make your own schedule. And,
it's great.
Yeah.
So now, how is it working transforming into that? Those stand-up lifestyle into having like a show with. I mean, how crazy is the schedule? Is it all year long, the show, or is you do it in seasons, or what's it?
You're talking about the web series now?
Yeah.
Well, we just shot this. See, this was an idea that I've had for like a number of years to kind of transfer the music teaching experience into a show.
Right. You were saying you were a music teacher in Queens.
Yeah.
So
I figured like this is kind of the most seamless way to kind of take my life and put it into a show. So we had written a pilot, my buddy and I, that I started in stand-up with, Hollis James.
Right.
And Well, you know, we were talking about this earlier about how now you have so many opportunities to do things yourself.
Yeah.
Especially with the web. We figured, you know, let's shoot this and see what we can get shot for ourselves so that it exists, rather than, you know, how it is trying to pitch things that are just on paper.
And you have something that you're proud of that you could show to people.
Exactly.
You know, right.
Exactly. So what we did was we shot 4 episodes of Teacher's Lounge, where I play the music teacher, my buddy Hollis plays the janitor. We're always just hanging out in the Teacher's Lounge.
Right.
And then other comedians come on playing faculty. So we got Lewis Black as the principal.
Oh, that's great.
We got Judah Friedlander as the computer science teacher. Judy Gold is the gym teacher.
Wow.
Janine Garofalo does the public address announcements.
Great. So you give funny people a chance to go on a show, but assume a role.
Exactly.
And so it's not just like an average interview or talk show. It's like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it came out great. You know, each one is about 4 minutes long. But now we're pitching it as a television series.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the next thing. We're kind of trying to make that shift to, you know, just writing the pilot and trying to sell it.
So now you're trying to write the actual pilot.
Right.
That would be a TV show.
Right.
Do you see it like a one-camera thing, or not in front of an audience? Or
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
more of a one camera. You know, I guess similar, you know, in things that have recently been on The Office or Parks and Rec, you know, that type of thing.
How would it change from what it is now? Would you like students become a part of it? How would the pilot be different than what this is?
Well, I think, you know, it would have to flesh out in terms of cast, because the way we shot the web series, it's Hollis and I are kind of the regulars, the glue.
Right.
And then, you know,
everyone else is a guest.
Everyone else comes on as a guest. You
Yeah.
know, technically they're part of the faculty, but it's just going to be new people, you know, for the web series. But for the show, we're going to have probably, I guess, you know, 5.
Solid regulars on there. Yeah.
That's right. But still have that component of the guest who comes on. We want it to be like a guest-driven thing where we can have people from the sports world, people from anything really, come on as faculty, you know, comedians, musicians.
It's a great form. You know, it reminds me of like the show Barney Miller was one of the best shows, because you think of how brilliant that was to have great guest performers come on, great character actors come on, because it's in a precinct. You got real funny guys being the detectives, and every week they arrest 2 or 3 guys.
Yes.
And they're all these brilliant character actors. They put them in a cell in that situation, and you know, you just go forward. So the whole battle of a good show, half of it is creating a cool atmosphere where funny people come on, and that's what it sounds like you got. You know,
it's funny that you mentioned Barney Miller, because Hollis mentioned that when we were trying to craft the pitch, you know, you try to find out, like, you know, the best way to kind of convey what this is going to be.
And with executives, you got to mention other shows.
That's right. Yeah. And he mentioned Barney Miller, and I was thinking to myself, like, will these people even, are we like shooting ourselves in the foot to mention this classic show that they might not even.
How depressing if they don't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
But that is a great example. You know, it takes place in that one room, and, you know, it's kind of the vehicle to get things going.
Yeah.
But
it's a chance for funny people to come in and come out. Maybe parents or students that have a complaint, and that's what Barney Miller was. Okay, we're giving you funny people that are there all the time, and then because they have to arrest people, okay, here's a chance for all these funny people to come in and out.
Exactly. Yeah. And if we do use kids, it's going to be kind of like. It's not, you know, we don't want it to be a kid show. We just want to use them in ways that'll kind of serve the comedy.
It makes it a different show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.